By the way, there's more on the Trump train. Breaking news, FBI has a version of the surveillance video filmed near Jeffrey Epstein's prison block on the night of his death that, unlike the version released to the public, is not missing a minute of footage, even though they originally said it was. Wasn't the explanation that the video equipment is old and resets every night, so no footage exists of that missing minute? Also, there was more time missing in the released video per Wired. CBS is claiming that the released video is likely a screen capture that was sped up for some reason, offering one explanation for the gap in time.
Definitively.
Here is Pam Bondi saying the minute doesn't exist.
You on that, and the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And
like, I don't care about this missing minute that much. I don't think it's like the big fucking the big revelation will come from this missing minute. It could be a number of different reasons. It's just like, but as is the case with everything else, their response invites more curiosity. Their response invites additional scrutiny because they respond in a really weird, uncharacteristic way if you are innocent. Their response is the response of a guilty man. So much so that it has actually made me reconsider my original stance of like, maybe Donald Trump is not that involved with Jeffrey Epstein post 2003. Do you see what I mean?
what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every year, every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein. Back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video.
None of this makes sense. Are the cameras operating on different security systems? Why does one reset, the other one doesn't? And why do people who work in the field say this isn't a common feature? From the Daily Beast article. Yeah, it's just like a very weird, very strange way to deal with this. And it's making me think that they're more guilty than I previously assumed they were. There's also this side of the story. Real Donald Trump says he ended his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein because the pedophile stole underage victim Virginia Giuffre from his Mar-a-Lago spa. This is audio only from the White House, or not from the White House, but like it was released because he was on Air Force One, where Trump says people were taken out of the spa hired by Epstein. I told him, we don't want you taking our people, whether it's spa or not spa. He did it again. I said, out of here. Was one of the stolen people Virginia Giuffre? I think so. He stole her.
So, Mr. President, Epstein has a certain reputation, obviously. I'm just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women?
Were some of them
young women?
Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken. And it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad. But that story's been pretty well out there. And the answer is yes, they were.
Yes, they were young women?
What did they do? In the spa.
In the spa?
Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago. And people would take.
Bro, you're talking about one of the most notorious sex trafficking victims that was literally trafficked out of Mar-a-Lago as a minor. What are you saying, man? Like, he's incapable, dude. Look at it. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
What did they do?
In the spa.
the spa.
Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas.
I had one of the best spas. Some of the best miners working at the spa. Jeffrey Epstein liked it so much because they were the best miners working at the spa. That's right. No other spa has miners like mine. Believe it. Believe it. Are we sure it's not a deep fake? No.
Spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago, and people were taken out of the spa, hired by him. In other words, gone. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told him, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want them taking people. And
dude, what's so insane about this is, bro, this isn't in 1997 or in 2003. This is in 2025. Why are you still saying it like that? Like, it's crazy. Motherfucker, it is July 29th, 2025. Jeffrey Epstein's been dead since 2019. And you're literally still acting like you're mad that he stole your clients. Or not your clients, sorry. Stole your work staff. Like, what do you mean? Dog, the people that you're talking about were sex trafficked underage by Jeffrey Epstein. How is that your number one gripe? Also, yeah, why were minors working in this like high-end spa, supposedly the best spa? That's already weird, man. And he's like, those were the best miners. Those were the best miners. Nobody else has got miners like me at my spa. Like, that's what you're mad about? Jeffrey Epstein was out competing you? Here, it's not AI. Look.
Has a certain reputation, obviously. Just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women?
with some of them.
Were some of them young women?
Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken. And it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad. But that story's been pretty well out there. And the answer is yes, they were.
Yes, they were young
Yeah.
women.
What did they do?
In the spa.
Jobs.
In the spa.
Yeah, it's people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago. And people were taken out of the spa, hired by him. In other words, gone. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people.
Dog, they weren't hired by him. They were sex trafficked. Like, again, we know this. We know this because of the 2008 conviction, which includes one of the most famous victims, Virginia Joffrey, that was trafficked out of Mar-a-Lago. He didn't hire people from your spa. I don't know why those people were working at the spa to begin with. But he didn't like steal those employees from you. He sex trafficked them. He groomed and sex trafficked them. Very strange way to complain about this thing. Truly shocking, even for Trump. Even by Trump standards, this is a shocking way to talk about this. Because his defense is exactly like saying Jeffrey Dahmer stole my lunch. Yeah. I was going to eat my own parents, and then Jeffrey Dahmer stole my mother and ate her instead. I was going to do it. My mother gone.
From the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told him, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want him taking people. And he was fine. And then not too long after that, he did it again. And I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen, persons, that include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know.
Yeah, she's dead, man. She died recently. Also, she was a child. She was literally a child, a little child. She was 16 years old. What the hell is happening? Actually insane. Anyway. I don't understand why Donald Trump finds a way to fucking incriminate himself every single time. Like anytime he tries to talk about this situation, he just like further incriminates himself. He comes across so fucking weird. Anyway, let's move on from that to Sydney Sweeney's Jeans campaign.